Well, today, what we're going to talk about is going to be one of the important, interesting subject, which maybe you didn't able to pay attention about it, which is the execution gap, we call it. Why you know what to do, but still don't do it. Okay. Now, you know the strategy. You studied the setup, and let's say when it's time to execute, you freeze. When is the time that you want to open a trade, you freeze. Why? Let me give you a great story. We're gonna talk about why. Okay, I'm sure that a lot of you guys in this you are in this position. Okay, I remember I was trading on 25,000 funding account back 2-3 years ago, and I refined my system a little bit, changing the time a little bit, refine it to a little bit to new trading plan. But I remember I missed around 1,500 about the full risk reward back then trade in front of my eyes. The reason wasn't the strategy, the reason wasn't the, let's say, psychology. The reason was the psychology that I had on that time, and I missed it. And it was all about the confidence. So if you want to fix this, just fix this market. There are some couple ways that you can go with it. First, the psychology of inaction. A lot of you guys, the reason that you can't enter it because you have a fear of losing. And this fear of losing, put it versus fear of missing out, which is going to be FOMO. These two going to affect a lot in your trading journey, and you're gonna lack on the action. And the next one is, once you analyze the pair, you start to overthink a lot. Before you enter, once you analyze things, you're starting to overthink a lot. And you should identify the conflict here. Do you see yourself as a winning trader? You don't rise to a level of your plan, you fall to a level of your habits. And that's the main thing. So the discipline and the habits is so important. Okay? And there's a difference between the discipline and the motivation. Just gonna talk about that. So, work on the psychology. A lot of time you have a fear of losing a lot of time because you don't enter the trade, and you have fear of missing out. And overthinking and analysis, it's the biggest enemy. If you stick to a chart more than 5 minutes, don't trade that chart. Okay? That's one of the biggest steps that you can take in your trading journey. Now, the real enemy is the lack of structure. No, let's say, trading routine. It's equal emotional traits. That's so important, okay? Now, so you should have a routine before you enter a trade. You should have a routine before you start your trading day. Now, and the next one is so important, which is the journal gap. Not reviewing your trades. No feedback loop, okay? So if you are not journaling your trades, and if you are not reviewing them, how are you going to refine your strategy? How are you going to refine your edge? Right? So that's so important. And the next one is missing, let's say, how pros, this is how pros actually move the psychology fear in the trading journey. And the next important topic, the discipline is not motivation. There's a difference between the feeling ready versus being committed. You should have a daily system, which is like an autopilot. It can work for you like autopilot. How you enter a trade without you 100% sure. You are not sure because market is not 100%, but you are committed to the strategy, you are committed to the system. And the trusting the process over perfection. You should backtest first, then go to the simulation, then live, then review the look. Okay, you should do this again. Confidence is earned through repetition. So the confidence is just you're gonna earn the confidence through the repetition. That's it. And also be aware of the danger of always waiting for a perfect setup. So now, overall, what you're gonna do, you're gonna work on your psychology. One of the biggest thing that is the reason in the psychology you don't enter the trade is fear of losing. That's the one of the biggest one. Okay. The next one is just be committed. It doesn't matter even if you don't like to enter, but if your strategy tells you to enter, just enter, committed to the strategy. And the last one is confidence is earned through repetition. Okay, you should backtest simulation live and review the loop.